and welcome to a special edition of NDTV Profit. Nexbrands presents Brand Vision Symbol of Excellence. Tega Industries is a global leader in designing and manufacturing critical to operate consumables for the mining, mineral processing and material handling industries. Founded by Madan Mohan Mohanka in 1976, the company has evolved into a multinational corporation headquartered in Kolkata, India. Currently, Tega partners with over 700 customers across more than 70 countries, providing customized products and services for the mining, mineral beneficiation, bulk material handling, and slurry transportation sectors. And today we are joined by a dynamic personality, the visionary founder behind Tega Industries. He's a global leader when it comes to mineral processing solutions. So let's welcome on this special show on NDTV Profit, Mr. Madan Mohan Mohanka, the chairman of Tega Industries. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us today. To begin with, before we get into this interesting conversation where I think I'm going to be learning a lot from you, if you can tell us what really is Tega Industries about, what are its core offerings?
Tega is a product which is made out of assimilating three different technologies: mechanical engineering, mineral processing and tribology. There is no other product which assimilates three technologies. So we offer consumables which are used in the mining and mineral processing industry, and it helps to reduce the downtime. People use steel and we are replacing steel with this product. So we are able to reduce the downtime, so hence it improves the productivity. That's what we make the consumables for the mining and mineral processing industry.
Something which I'm really wanting to ask you is nearly 50 years, half a century, 48 years of hard work, perseverance. If you can just take us and our viewers through your journey, how have you really built Tega Industries to bring it to where it is today?
Well, when we started, we are not selling a product, we are selling a new concept of replacing steel with rubber. And then even in USA, our collaborator told that it took 10 years to educate the customer before they could learn to use this product and buy. So we did the same thing. In the first 6-7 years, we used to get a man from Sweden 4 times a year, and used to go and meet customer, trying to educate them what is this product, how it helps. So we thought we have done a great job. We started producing in 76, and for 2 years we did not get a single order. Their adaptability of a new technology was a bit slow. We used to travel 26 days in a month to persuade the customer to buy. So we had 300 customers to start with. We brought it down to 25 customers, focus on them and meet them every 15 days, and only after 6 or 8 meetings we used to get the order from them. That was a tough time that we had for a couple of years before we could start producing regularly.
So what was that one thing which kept you going in spite of the tough times? You started in 1976 and now we look at the global prominence. You've also had some serious challenges between the year 2011 to 2017. To people who want to start, like young entrepreneurs, startups, what would you like to tell them? If you could share the challenges, and how did you really overcome them? Because the main thing is like overcoming your difficulties and winning over them.
You see, in India when we started, we had a tough time. But we believed in the product, we believe in our people and myself. So we say we will never give up. At times there was a situation we didn't have money. But we made sure that we do give the salary on the first of the month. So people used to tell me, don't worry, even if you don't get the salary, we will not leave till we turn around. So the entire team was together. They were highly motivated. They were taking it as a challenge in their life, that there is something we have taken, we will turn it around. So that's why they said, in 98, our collaboration agreement expired and we were free to look outside India. Then we thought of exporting and going out. We had our own challenges in exporting, but then in 2011, we thought unless we acquire companies and produce outside, we will not be able to grow. We had acquisition in South Africa, it was okay. Australia, okay. In Chile, we made many mistakes of acquiring a company, not knowing the language. Home to home used to take 42 hours to travel. Language, culture, everything was a problem, and we lost a lot of money. But then since we believed in the product, we never gave up.
And you learned from your mistakes?
Well, we learned from our mistakes from the day one.
So I guess these are the lessons.
All my life is built on the mistakes, learning from the mistakes. I think that the first lesson in life is to learn from your mistakes and not crib about it or don't hide it.
You know, you said something very interesting, believing in your people. And Tega Industries has always been, had this approach of employees first. If you can tell us, I mean, how has that been a core of Tega Industries?
See, we have two things. Professionalism and employee first is a religion in the company. It was a religion, it is a religion, it will remain religion. It has become so strong. Even if a man joins us for one day and he falls sick, we take care of him. We had an employee who worked with us for 5 months at the age of 29, and he developed cancer. So my people in HR told, he is not confirmed, so he is not entitled to many things. I said, no, we will do everything possible as if he's our old employee, confirmed employee. And we took care of him. We found that he will die. He did die. So we met his wife. We asked, what can you do? We got her trained in the singer sewing machine center, got her a tailoring shop opened, got her daughter trained till BSc, got her married, and then we gave her.
So you took full responsibility.
We took the complete responsibility because she had worked with us for 3 to 4 months time. So anybody who joins us, he becomes a part of the family, and we take care of it.
You know, just a question on the Tega McNally minerals. You know, you all have recently signed, and tell us about a collaboration, where you all have signed with NMDC Limited. If you can just take us through the collaboration.
See, we are in mineral processing. We have developed a great knowledge of processing of the plant and make it more productive. Now, McNally makes equipment which are used in the mineral processing plant. So this was a right fit for us to take it and impart our knowledge of mineral processing in the company. So we took this job with NMDC. It's a good contract. We are giving software and hardware both to see that the plant performs well.
Again, something interesting which I was reading is about innovations in Tega Industries. From the very beginning, you all have been very innovative. If you can tell us some innovations and what impact has it had on your customers or clients, if I could put it that way.
You see, the very fact we don't give products, we don't sell products. We look at the problem of the customer in his mineral processing plant and find a solution for it. So right from the day one, we have been giving solutions, so we have been thinking new. Every order that comes to us is a new order. So we have to think.
So you think differently.
Think differently. So then we were doing the mill lining. Maximum people used to do was a 26 feet lining of the mill. Then there were mill larger than that, and people were not lining them with rubber. They were lining them with steel. So we thought, let us try what can we do. So we developed a new design for mill lining up to 40 feet diameter. We are the only one from 2017 till now who are doing the mill lining of 40 feet diameter, because we innovated, we did the solution, and we are giving a perfect solution to the customer, so they buy from us. We're the only one in the world.
Global expansion, Tega Industry has invested and is working in South Africa, Chile, Australia, to name a few. Tell us about global expansion. What has the key secret been, or if I can ask you the strategies, how are you just expanding and expanding?
In '98, our collaboration agreement expired with Tega, and we were free to export. So we had a team of people who were looking at the country customer inward. The team was not ready to look outside India. So we hired new people, and there was a rift between them, old and the new. That we have worked hard for the company, and the new people are taking it away. Our strategy was to become a global company. We wanted to be number 1 or number 2 in the world. We can't become number 1 or number 2 in the world unless we go and capture the global market. So we started diversifying. The first start with, we had an agent, we opened a marketing office, but then that was not enough. No customer will buy unless you can supply in 24 hours time in case there is a failure. So we had to manufacture locally to capture a bigger segment of the market. So there were 3 big markets: South America, Chile, Australia, and South Africa. So we acquired our competitors there and modified the company to suit our product and expand it. South Africa, we had a great success from the day one. Australia also, we had a great success because we kept the owner with us, from whom we bought the company. They were part of the operation with us.
So they knew the working and how to,
with them, handover, introduced to customer. But in Chile, we acquired the company 100%. And also the language was a barrier because we did not speak Spanish, and everybody speaks Spanish there. Only 2 people spoke English. So we don't know what we are telling them and what they are communicating. We had a lot of difficulties, a lot of losses. But then we didn't give up the market because we knew that one day we will win the market.
And you did.
We did. So we found an innovator in 2016 and we requested him to join us, and jointly we innovated a product and it became the best product in the world. Most of the people do lining for 20 feet, 25 feet maximum. We are doing 40 feet lining. So we are the only one from 2017 till now have done a 40 feet mill lining.
You also believe in a lot of social work, I think giving back to society, which is, I think, a core for anybody and everybody today in society. And you work with children of the underprivileged, education. If you can tell us a little bit about that, why did you get into it and why did you choose education specifically?
I will tell you, when I was a young student in class 5 in Jamshedpur, we used to get up in the morning 5 o'clock and go around the statue of J.N. Tata and put flower on his statue, and we used to get a box of sweet. So I used to wonder why we go there, who is this man? So I found out that he was a benevolent industrialist who used to give back to society. And I found it in my house with my mother. My father had a interest in keeping cows, and we used to generate a lot of buttermilk in the morning, maybe more than 100 liters. So my mother used to distribute to people every day. They used to come and take in their tumbler. So that gave me the feeling that giving back to society is a part of life. So when I came, I found a large number of people who are without job, illiterate. Then I started giving back, and I thought the first thing to give back is to give education. If you give education to a man, that is the best gift you can give it to him, because that gives him morale to live with a lot of respect.
I think that's really beautifully said.
So
Education is the key.
My time that I spend today, or all my CSR fund, my personal fund, are only invested in education. If the man is educated, he can know how to get his medical treatment free. The kind of education I provide in my school is a experiential teaching. So 30% of the time the children are outside the classroom. So we make them employable before they pass out. After spending my time on the school children, trying to prepare them, whatever little time I get, I spend all my time in contributing to my alma mater. I have contributed about 15 case studies. Out of them, I believe 7 have been accepted by Harvard Business School. I have donated 25 crore a few months before to create a case learning center. So this will develop cases, this will educate people how to handle cases in the classroom. I have also given about 1 crore to IIM Kolkata, though I am not an alum of IIM Kolkata, for developing a center of excellence for entrepreneurship. So whatever time I get, I spend and give my time back to IIMs wherever I can give.
Just moving ahead, well, it's not just Tega Industries. You were also behind another brilliant creation, which is your son, Mehul Mohanka. Tell us, where do you see Tega under his leadership today?
He's a great leader. He joined me in 2001. He took 1 or 2 years to get hold of the business, and then the company became a double engine company. 2 people working in the company with drive. That's what in UP people say, there's a double engine sarkar. And he's done a great job. He was a great help in internationalizing business all over the world. And we did it. We are today supplying our products to 92 countries.
Wow.
82% of our turnover is from export. We get only 18% in India. So that was possible only because of his learning, passion, drive to go around the world and take our product and establish branches, agents, people, and deliver it to them.
Clearly,
In fact, I would say in the Hindi, saying that Guru Gud Chela Chini, he has become better than his father.
What really keeps you going on and on? I mean, here you are with us today at 82.
You know, people talk of work-life balance. Everybody talks today. I didn't do that because I had a tough time getting my company off the ground. For me, it was not a company, it was a mission. And my wife says that your children only know the mother, not the father. That is true. But that was a sense for me to fulfill my mission. When I see people around me not fully clothed, not fully fed, I don't know how I can take rest. So the passion drives me. The other side of the fence, people expect a lot from us. And it is for us to do and give back to them. Whatever I've learned from this soil, I should give back to the people. So I will work till my last day. And my wife jokingly says, your dead body will also work.
So clearly you all have built so much together, done so much together.
That's right.
It's really been a pleasure to speak with you. I think really learned a lot speaking with you, the good message you've given, not just to me and our viewers, but I think to so many people out there.
People tell me, how did you build the company? I say, I've never built a company. I've lost a child. So for Tega is a child for me and I've lost it.
Well, that's what really keeps you going. I think never giving in, and at 82, you really inspire so many of us. Thank you so much for speaking with us on NDTV Profit. Please don't go away, because when we come back, we'll be speaking with Mr. Mehul Mohanka. Welcome back after that interesting and enriching conversation with Mr. Madan Mohan Mohanka. Joining us now is the Managing Director and Group CEO of Tega Industries, Mr. Mehul Mohanka. Mehul, thank you so much for speaking with us and joining us on NDTV Profit. We were having this really interesting as well as inspiring conversation with your father, and he had something, he told us how he trained you. But if I could ask you, what you think are the most important things in your life which he's taught you, and what you really imbibe today when you're looking at and you're taking on Tega Industry under your leadership?
Well, to begin with, thank you for having me on the show. I think my formidable years, have had a very strong influence from my father's, learnings, and one of them that he was very insistent about was discipline. And self-discipline is something that I took away as one of the largest, contributions that he has had on my career. And early on, it was, a time when, of course, as youngsters coming into the business, we were a bit more, I would say, not as, invested into the business or not as passionate about the business, because we didn't know much about it other than that we needed to be at work.
It grows.
Yeah, and he was a stickler for discipline. So it was always about, if you can manage your time, you can be successful in life. But if you don't know how to manage your time, no matter how brilliant you are at work, you will never be successful. And that's something that stayed with me for the longest time.
What transformation do you see, when we look at the global economy, the global market? What is the difference, and how are you dealing with it? Because, the number of countries are growing, the nationalities you all are dealing with. Tell us about that.
So we're one of the very few companies, I think, in the country which has done acquisitions overseas in countries as remote as Chile and made it successful. And I think our mantra has always been about how we allow the local culture and the local flavor of that particular country to supersede our own, whims and fancies as the owners of the business. So we've been able to allow the local employees to drive the business with just giving a strategic input and having a very hands-off kind of approach, because we don't know everything about that country. If someone was to ask me how to run a business in India, I could do that in my sleep. But how I am to manage a business as remote as Chile or South Africa, you have to trust your local team to be able to drive that business. And that's something that's worked for us.
Just coming again onto when we're looking at the future, AI, ML, how is Tega using that? Because innovation has been an integral part of Tega Industries. We were talking to Mr. Mohanka as well. But, looking at the new generation, looking at you, how are you using AI?
So I'll begin with IoT and Industry 4.0. So that's something that we commissioned as a project in our plant in Gujarat. So it's a model plant for us. And we went live with an IoT initiative or Industry 4.0 initiative in March of this year. And we're still in the settling down phase of the entire project. And we are hoping to, once we see the benefits and the gains from that, roll it out across all our plants globally. So that's one area. Second is we very early adopted, using 4D printing, 3D printing into our R&D and innovation initiatives. So now we can model new products and new designs for the customer in our lab. And as far as machine learning is concerned, of course, with IoT sensors now available, we're looking at how we can read real-time data from the equipment and make our plants more efficient and superior in quality.
Talking about efficiency, the company has also said the compound annual growth at 15%. How are you planning to achieve that since you've set it? And what is your vision for the next 5 years of the company, if I can ask?
Yeah, so if you look at the mining industry in general, it's not growing beyond about 2% in general, and for us, we've been growing at almost 15% if you look at our past historical data as well. And the reason for that is that we're driving a lot of our new products and innovations coming out of our own stable into the market. And those are the products which are receiving a lot of traction in the market. So that's where we've been able to deliver superior performance compared to our peers in the mining industry. And we continue to do that as we churn out more products into the marketplace.
Mehul, I just want to ask you about sustainability. You know, today when we look at the surroundings, when we look at our environment, we're living climate change, and sustainability, of course, is a core aspect for each one of us when we look at the future generations. Where does it stand when it comes to Tega Industry? What are you all doing for that?
So for us, sustainability is not part of legislation. I think it's a conscious call,
Yeah.
you know, to leave a greener planet as we trudge ahead in our growth plans. So we've been working on several initiatives. I mean, on the energy side, of course, we have solar projects now in place. We're using more renewable energy for our manufacturing. Most of our facilities today are zero discharge facilities, so we consume all the water that we generate, whether it be in gardening or in different aspects of the green economy. As well as on our product side, we've now developed products which are 100% recyclable. So earlier, our products used to be landfilled, but now we've developed products that now we can completely recycle.
Yeah.
And that's one of the initiatives that's been very, very close to our heart.
And so clearly, you know, in the beginning when we were talking to your father, he said that, you know, it's not Tega Industries is not just a company, it's a child for him. And, you know, before we ended, we said it's a sibling for you. So closing remarks about that for our viewers.
I would say more than a sibling. I think he's passed on the child to me. So it's almost like, you know, it's become a child for me as well. So,
Oh, wow.
So growing up, I would see it as a sibling, but I think it's now taken on the mantle of parenting the company as well. So
I think that's really well put and clearly put from the heart. I'm sure your dad would be really proud to hear that as well.
I hope so.
Yeah. Thank you, Mehul. It's been a pleasure to have you with us, and also Mr. Mohanka was with us. So thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure. Thank you.